Hey guys, this is Jaden Storm coming at you, and today I'm going to be doing a video game discussion. Now, I like video games, and I'm pretty sure there's a fair amount of people out there that love video games. I mean, for some reason, you go into Walmart, places like GameStop, Best Buy, they sell them all over the place, so I think it's safe to say I'm not the only one that likes it. And what I'm going to be talking about in this video, have you ever noticed how you have a series of games, like, say, you have I accidentally grabbed 2 copies of Kingdom Hearts 2. Pretend one of these is Kingdom Hearts 1. Believe it or not, I have 2 copies. Have you ever noticed how, okay, you might say, okay, for instance, Kingdom Hearts 1 was, yeah, but Kingdom Hearts 2 was amazing, or vice versa. Or you have a long string of video games that just continually to be successful, with each one progressing a little bit, maybe giving a few new features. Like we saw this with the Pokemon games. We saw very little things with yellow, blue, and red, but when Silver and Gold came out, we saw a longer storyline. We saw much more color, and then you get into Ruby and Sapphire, and you get to see you get to go underwater. I mean, you see what I'm saying? As games progress, they get progressively better. You know, for example, when I think of that, I think of the Mafia games. Now, I love Mafia II. If I was going to do a top 10 video game list, by the way, if you guys want to hear what my top 10 favorite video games are of all time, if I get 5 thumbs up on this video, I will do a list like that. Mafia II is one of my favorite games. I think it is, people have criticized it, saying it's pretty much a knockdown version of Grand Theft Auto. Now, Grand Theft Auto's great, you know. I wasn't a big fan of Grand Theft Auto 4. I really liked Grand Theft Auto 5, and I really, really liked Grand Theft Auto 3. But Grand Theft Auto 4 in the middle, just to me, was like, you know, don't waste our time. I didn't get to play much of Mafia 1, but I really wasn't a fan of it, so I never really finished it, and I never saw the point to pick it back up and play it again. But when this came out, it still has the little tag on it that I bought it from when I got it from vintage stock, and I thought, you know what, I need a game to play this weekend. I think I just got done with having my knee operation, having my quadricep that I tore in football in high school. I re-tore it one day. I literally was just walking around and I felt my knee give out, and I went to the doctor, and they're like, well, you re-tore it, you're going to have the surgery again. And the first weekend, I had got my crutches. I had hobbled myself to my car, and I drove to vintage stock. Probably shouldn't have, to get me a game to play for the weekend because I was going to be inside all the time. And I found this, and I thought, you know what? And I bought me like 3 or 4 games because I really wasn't going to be going anywhere. And I got to tell you guys, I played this all the way through. From the second I put it in, I was amazed. And after I beat it, I did it on the next difficulty, and then I did it on the special difficulty that you get when you beat it on the previous ones. I mean, I played this game through like 2.5 times in one day. I mean, I absolutely love this game. Another game series I really like, and it's probably one from my childhood, is the Sly Collection, Sly Cooper, and when my PlayStation 2 broke, and I thought, you know, I'm not going to buy another PlayStation 2 just to play a few games. But then they started coming out with things like this, and they also came out with one for the Jak and Daxter one, and I have that one too. And I'm glad they did, because they came out with these that reminded me of games when I was younger. And I like playing these games, I still do. Now, here's a prime example. You make 3 really good games. You know, the first one was okay. The second one, out of my opinion, out of the original trilogy, was the best. And then you have the third one, which was still a pretty decent game. And then you come out with a 4th one a long time later, to where people have actually forgotten about the game, unless you're a diehard fan like me. And the game is a huge letdown. You know, I mean, I've beaten this game. I've played it a time or two, but it was actually it actually kind of hurt me a little bit. I was like, ugh, I mean, because the game brand new was only $40, so I wasn't really expecting much, you know, because, I mean, the graphics were better, Obviously because it was a PlayStation 3 formatted game, not a PlayStation 2 disc that was just shoved onto a PlayStation 3 disc. So, you know what I'm saying? The graphics were better because this game was meant for the PlayStation 3, but it was a letdown. Games like the Need for Speed series. This is another series that I play the hell out of. I love cars. I love racing cars. I've never been a Gran Turismo fan. If I want to race cars, I want to make them look badass. And when I mean badass, I mean with some nice rims, not with 5 million stickers for Castrol oil all over them. I want to be able to drift them off mountains. I want to be able to drive through the streets at 180 miles an hour. I want to be able to drive Lamborghinis. I want to be able to drive classic muscle cars. That's why I like the Need for Speed series, and this one probably being my favorite. And as of the last, the last Need for Speed game that just came out was Need for Speed Most Wanted, and for lack of a better term, I didn't even try it, because the one before that, it was Need for Speed Run. I didn't even try that, and the reason was the one before that, which I believe was... I can't remember. The last Need for Speed game they made was Need for Speed Most Wanted. The one before that was Need for Speed The Run. And the one before that was Need for Speed Hot Pursuit. I was really excited for Hot Pursuit because there hadn't been a newer one for a long time. And I thought, okay, maybe this one will finally be good, maybe because they're taking the old one, maybe they're going to put a storyline along with it. No, they don't. They just put all these different racetracks in it and all this and that, and that's not fun. See, what I liked about the original Need for Speed games is there was actually storyline that went with it, and it was fun. I mean, if I'm going to play a game, I want some storyline. I want something to keep me into it, not just go race here, then go race here, then go race here, then go race here, then go race here. There's no character development. It's just literally racing. That's not fun. I want storyline. I want something. I want a goal, besides beat all the races. Here's another example of one of my top 10 favorite games of all time. Guys, I can't tell you how many times I have played this game through. Final Fantasy X is by far one of the best games of its series. Final Fantasy is one of the longest reigning game series there is. I mean, you could say Mario, you could say Sonic the Hedgehog, you could say Zelda, but then in the same breath, you have got to say Final Fantasy. I mean, they have continually put out lots of good games, but then they make some Final Fantasies, and it's like, how did this pass production? This game, because the last two that they've made, in my opinion, I beat them, but their bosses were just so damn hard, and it was like you had to have everything aligned perfectly to beat them, and I enjoy a challenge. I love games that give me a challenge, but it's not fun if you always lose, or else you're going to just eventually just give up. And a perfect example of taking a great game and making something we just wish we could forget. The only thing good about this game is if you get to see the ultimate happy ending. And the only way you get to do that is if you see 100%. Not really worth it. Then you have your sports franchise games. Guys, you can tell by the hat that I'm wearing on my head, the hat that I wear for most of my videos, I'm a sports fan. Guys, if you ever see a guy walking around wearing this hat, chances are it's me. This is my favorite hat. I wear it to class, I wear it outside, I wear it at my locals, I wear it to tournaments, I wear it to regionals, I wear it damn near everywhere. I'm pretty much noticeable by this hat, so it's pretty easy to figure out. Jaden Storm is a sports fan, so he must play sports games. That's only logical. Now, guys, the last two installments of the my two favorite sports, football and basketball, were really, really amazing. NBA 2K13 was amazing. It was also a really good year because this was the year that my Miami Heat won their first championship. And then, I was really happy to try this game out, and I was amazed. This game was so cool. The new My Player game mode where you could create your own player, play in the rookie showcase, go through the draft. It was so much more fun. It was so much more fluent. It was so much more well put together. I gave this game 5 stars. Same with Madden. I thought Madden 13 was amazing. I was a little disappointed that they took away the fantasy draft thing because I thought it was really cool for you just to say, okay, I want to be the Tampa Bay Bucks, and then they basically threw all the players into this giant pool and everyone got random numbers and you completely redrafted your teams. I thought that was cool, you know, to do every now and again with friends and maybe do a season and see who could do better. That wasn't on this one, but it was luckily back on Madden 25, which I'm really glad that was back on there. And I was, you know, thrilled. Now, here's what it inspired me to talk about this. I was doing nothing today after class. I was just sitting at home wondering what do I want to do. And I remembered that the new NBA 2K14 game came out, and I hadn't tried it yet. I mean, I work at GameStop, but I still hadn't tried it yet. I haven't had a chance. I had a lot of shit going on. So I thought, you know what? I'll go to Redbox and I'll rent it. And just one second. And here you guys go. I mean, to prove it to you. Right there. See? I went and rented NBA 2K14 from Redbox at the Quick Trip right around the corner. Thinking, I loved NBA 2K13. This game is going to be even better because, for one, it was the second straight year that we won an NBA title. My team did. And my favorite player, LeBron James, was on the cover. There is no way that he would put himself on the cover of this game unless he got to try it himself and say it was good. Right? Wrong. Guys, I have been playing this game for 5 straight hours. I was trying to figure this game out, trying to figure out what was wrong, you know, but I just don't like the gameplay. It is terrible. You do everything right that you would normally do in this game. Now, I realize some of these terms may not make sense to you if you're not a sports player, but if you're doing all the things right, but they make the game so hard that you screw up more times when you do the right thing just because it's a game and they want to make it challenging, it makes it less fun. And that's what they did. They took a really successful game and then they took, you know, just a shot in the dark saying, well, we'll make it a little bit harder and see what they like. I'll be really surprised to see what maybe a month or two down the road, what the sales were for this, because I'm totally disgusted. You know, I am disgusted, you know, with NBA 2K14. It was a piece of crap. So if you're one of the subscribers to my channel and you're thinking about trying or buying NBA 2K14, I strongly suggest you rent it first, because don't waste, and I'm glad I did, do not waste $60 to go buy this brand new game and then just be disgusted at it like I was, because I could not begin to tell you how mad I am that one of my favorite games I have to wait another year before to see if it even sucks. Now, on the other hand, Madden 25, the sequel to this, was amazing. Madden 25, not Madden 13, out of the park. You know, so I don't know what the deal was with the NBA game, but Madden 25 was amazing. So if you're subscribed to the channel, or you happen to watch this and you haven't tried Madden 25 yet, I strongly suggest you do, because if you liked Madden 13, you'll fall in love with 25. The game system, the flow is just so much more fluent. It looks like an actual NFL game. It is just so fluent. It is fun to play. And it still can be extremely challenging while being fun, and that's the point. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I just wanted to do something about a huge video game discussion. So I dug out a lot of my favorite video games and series that have multiple games, just to kind of talk to you about it. So here's what I want for you guys to tell me in the comment section. What is your favorite video game franchise? And out of that franchise, have they ever produced a game in a series? Like, for example, Madden. Like, every year they have a new Madden game, like Madden 12, Madden 13, Madden 25, which I know that makes no sense, but I'm not going to go on to explain. Has a favorite franchise of yours that makes a video game every year to another sequel ever disappointed you? And if so, what was it and why, and what did you not like about it? Thanks for watching. Comment, rate, subscribe. Thumbs up this video for you guys, and I'll see you later.